Hello and welcome to this week's Mystic Moonstone Angel Card reading. The duration for this reading is the 17th through to the 23rd of September. Can't believe how quick this year is going. Let's have a look and see what the angels have in store for this week. First card we have is the Moon Cycles card, and it's Archangel Haniel. Archangel Haniel is quite special to Mystic Moonstone because her stone is the Moonstone. When Archangel Haniel comes in around you, it's about actually looking inside yourself for hidden talents, maybe skills that you have that are laying in, just dormant, that it's time to bring them out, okay? The card itself is about the moon cycles, and it's asking you to notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalise upon these cycles. Oh, I'm playing cards. I won't start that little party trick. Right, let's have a look and see what the influence card is with this one. Oh, it's funny how that went flying then, but anyway, it happens. Okay, the card I have is Battle. So for some of you, you know, it may be that as you kind of go through different times, you have battles, but maybe with yourself more than anybody else. You know, those internal battles, those battles of knowing what you should do, knowing what you could do, but also knowing what you won't do. Does that make any kind of sense? Because that's the way it's come in. But as a reader, I come up against this a lot. I come up against people who want change, who feel they're doing their best to bring about change, but whenever anything comes in, they're the first person to go, no. Because deep down, they're afraid of change. So, in a way, they're only saying they want change because they feel it's expected of them. Okay? And life's about evolving and moving, and everything needs to be moving forward. And they don't want to feel like they're staying stuck. Maybe they've been in the same job for a number of years. Maybe they've had a dream, but they haven't been able to reach out for it. One of the things I would say is if you don't reach out for a dream, it may be because maybe that dream's not ready. Okay? And that you need something that gives you that feeling that it is ready. So, you know, don't always feel that you're being pushed. Okay, don't feel that you have to listen to what others are saying. Listen to yourself, listen to your intuition with that. But be aware, just in case it's just your fear that's stopping you from saying yes. So really kind of connect with yourself, you know, and look at those inner skills that you have and just see if any of that can kind of come about and sort of help you to make the answers you need. Okay, don't be afraid of having these internal battles because in a way we all do. Okay, even the most confident person on the outside probably has some inner battles. So just watch out for how maybe you change as you go through the month, watch how the moon affects you, watch how other energies affect you. Okay, but just be aware of it. I will go to midweek. Let's see, oops. We have Archangel Jophiel. We've got a bit of girl power going on this week, and it's the outdoors card. Go outside, get some fresh air, connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. Now again, you know, I was talking about having a dream, putting that dream on hold, and you know, quite often those dreams can be creative ideas that we kind of have, and then we think, oh, they're silly, and we push them to one side. And you know, sometimes all you need in order to get some clear headspace, as I would call it, is going out, having a walk, just connecting with nature, you know, letting all the colours kind of come in around you, and just allow yourself time to think, because quite often in our busy modern lives, we don't have time to think. I mean, how many of you get lost in social media? Because I know I do. I'll flick it on, I'll go on something like Facebook, I'll start scrolling down, before I know it, I've lost an hour. You know, and sometimes you kind of think afterwards, that time would have been so much better spent doing this. So what you need to do is take time out where you can actually be aware of your thoughts, aware of what's coming in, where you're not getting lost, where you're not having social media amnesia, as I like to call it, you know, where you can be very much aware of the creative flow that's coming in. Autumn's a lovely time of the year to get out in nature, you know, everything's starting to change. You get the idea that even though something's ending and, you know, the trees are starting to turn golden and leaves are on the ground and everything else, but you also get the sense of, yes, something's ending, but something's coming. You know, the earth, Mother Earth, is preparing herself for that slumber. She's taking that rest. She's casting off what she no longer needs. All those leaves are just going, and she's preparing for that new birth, for that new light that's coming into her life. So it's a time of preparation, and it may be a time of preparation for you and your dreams, and not to be afraid. Okay, that's really important, not to be afraid, and to manifest on those moon cycles as they come in. So both those cards kind of go together quite nicely. And we have the card of home. It's come up, okay. When the card of home comes up, it's quite interesting because they're almost in conflict, outdoors and home. So it's almost like outdoors and indoors, you know, but I think it's about finding where you feel comfortable, finding where you feel at peace, and connecting with yourself. And if you're anything like me, the outdoors is my home. You know, I'm never more at peace than when I'm walking through a forest. Okay, the woods, the forest, anywhere where there's trees and paths, and you know, you get that natural aroma of the forest, and nothing smells quite like it, and you can just really feel it kind of. It's almost like you absorb it as you're walking along, and that to me is my spiritual home. My second spiritual home is walking along the beach. No matter how down I feel, no matter what stress I've got, a couple of minutes of walking along the beach, just focusing on where I'm going to walk so I'm not going to trip over stones, listening to the waves, listening to the seagulls, and I'm just relaxed, and the anxiety is flown. You know, so you may not have a beach near you, may not have a woods near you, but you will have somewhere. Everywhere has somewhere, even if it's walking. You know, I remember as a child my special place was a corner of the park that nobody really went to. Probably a bit dangerous nowadays, come to think of it, but I would go to this part of the park on my own, and I'd have peace. And you know, for an urban city child, you know, that was a little slice of heaven for me. So no matter where you are, just look around and you will find somewhere. Okay, at the end of the week we have Archangel Jeremiah. The worst is now behind you. You are surmounting any previous challenges. With Archangel Jeremiah, normally there's a situation that's been ongoing, and it's about looking back at that situation, taking stock of that situation, but not playing the blame game. So again, you know, if there's something you've been wanting to do, whether it's change jobs, whether it's set up a project, you know, it could be something creative, it could be something practical, but for some reason you haven't been able to do it because it just hasn't been the right time, then you tend to kind of start beating yourself up. You get the invisible boxing gloves on and you turn them on yourself, and there's where the battle is. And then you start to feel down because you haven't achieved something. And we've got this habit of we put timings on everything. And if we don't reach those timings, then we feel like we're complete failures. And there's no need for that. There's no need at all. What that card is saying is that you will get there. You will overcome those difficulties. And, you know, you'll be where you're meant to be. That's the important thing. Remember, divine timing plays a large part in things. Okay? And sometimes what we feel we want at a certain time just doesn't go along with what the divine wants. Oh, I've really got my cards today. With what the divine wants for us, and it just doesn't kind of buy into the whole divine timing. Okay, so remember that, and don't be so harsh on yourself. Archangel Jeremiah always teaches us to treat ourselves with mercy, and that's important. Okay, and we have the Angel of Vision. Someone is not revealing part of the story. Trust your feelings over what others say. So again, this is about listening to your intuition and about being true to yourself. Okay, that will be the end of the week, and as it starts to come in for you, you need to listen. You know, it could be negative, it could be positive. It may be somebody keeping something from you because it suits their agenda, or it may be somebody keeping something from you because they're trying to protect you. Okay, whatever it is, listen to your intuition and don't be angry. Have mercy. Like I said, Archangel Jeremiah is all about mercy for yourself and for others. Don't play the blame game. Just listen to your intuition and act with good intention. Okay, if you act with the purest of intentions, that's what you get back. Okay, just going to do a quick recap. The first card we have is Archangel Haniel, and we have the Moon Cycles card. So that's about as you go through a period of time, through the month for instance, you know, the moon and the different phases of the moon, it can influence your energy. And that's really apt because Archangel Haniel draws upon the Earth's energies and also lunar energies, okay, hence the moonstone being a crystal. So watch out for that, watch out for your personal cycles, watch out for when there's battles coming, because we have the battle card there. And it may be at certain times of the month you're battling with yourself more than others, okay? We've all had those feelings, males and females, all right? I mean, you know, it's very easy to roll eyes and say that's just a female thing, but I know a lot of men that kind of are affected by the moon as we go through the month, okay? Maybe the solution that you need midweek is to spend some time outdoors in what's your spiritual home. You know, if you notice on that card you have the angel wings and the heart. So I want to go more for a spiritual home. Okay, maybe outdoors for you is not about getting out in the woods or going to the beach, but actually going out in the garden and getting things sorted, clearing the earth, getting it ready, okay, because this is another season coming in. Things need to be prepared. Mother Earth needs to be prepared for her slumber. Then we move up, so I've done the outdoors card, haven't I, because Mel said I didn't do one then, and the home card. Right, then we move on to overcoming difficulties. That's the end of the week, and it's Archangel Jeremiah. Archangel Jeremiah is the angel who helps us to look back, to reflect, to see how far we've come and where we're going. Okay, and you apply all those past lessons to help you to move forward, but only if it's the right timing. And what that card is showing is that it is. That you should be overcoming some of the obstacles, you know, some of the challenges along the way. Okay, and then we go to the Angel of Vision. Now this is slightly different, it's kind of slightly different from the other cards, as in it's given a message that someone is not revealing part of the story, and trust your feelings. So, in some situations, maybe if you're looking at changing your job, and this card has come up, and maybe somebody's telling you to go for it, maybe what you need to think about is why is that person telling you to go for it? Is it for you or is it for them? Okay. If maybe you're thinking about doing a project or doing something to do something creative and somebody's telling you to either do it or not do it, again, ask questions. Okay, and that's the thing. And so even though a card looks like sometimes, well, it doesn't go with the rest of it, it does, because it's giving you a message, it's giving you an action, that card. It's telling you, you need to look deeper and not just hear with your ears and not just see with your eyes, but to actually listen, okay? Listen with your brow chakra, okay? What's flowing in, what's coming into your mind, what's being brought to you, intuitively. That's what you need to be focusing on, and that will be end of the week, and that's really important. Okay, I've got to the end of this reading. Thank you everyone for listening to me. Love and light to you all. Bye.